like lets you mimic it. I have seen that.
That's pretty
sick.
cool.
Yeah.
Dude, the fucking technology out nowadays is ridiculous.
I just imagine it probably feels so foreign.
Oh yeah, you think you got a good swing?
Oh yeah, no, not even close. It would be nice to just feel what a real golf swing feels like one time though,
Right.
and then that way you can never do it again.
And you'll spend your whole life trying.
Well, it's weird, dude. So when you've been golfing your whole life, like you've got bad habits, you do some things well, and you watch some YouTube videos before you're around because you're all excited. And you go out there and you think you're making these like drastic changes. It feels so weird to you, but if somebody were to videotape your swing, it has barely changed at all.
I wouldn't know.
You will this year.
I mean, I might get a taste.
You got golf clubs for Christmas, dude.
I know. And I went to Dick's last week to get some new work pants. Picked up a golf glove while I was there.
A golf glove?
That's a must-have. That is, you will find that's a
Never had one. Don't know if I need it, but I figured everybody else is wearing them, so I might as well get one.
I used to not play with one at all, and then I just tried it one time, and I can't not have one.
Well, I just figured I could use all the help I can get. So
you need to get golf shoes.
That is on my list. Hey, one thing at a time now.
I always forget to take my glove off when I putt. I know it's like an etiquette type of thing.
Well, Jack Nicklaus putted with that glove
I forget.
Nicklaus.
Sometimes I take it off, sometimes I don't.
However you get in the hole, I could care less. I mean, if you stand on one foot and putt backwards with, a fucking bag on your head, who cares?
Man, look at Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
True.
Mr. Gilmore, I'm your caddy.
Happy learned how to putt.
I take mine off 100 in. Any like wedges in, I don't wear one.
Really?
He's a field player, baby. He wants that sensation in his hands.
Sensation, chunking the fuck out of it.
Majority of the time, I'm already like drinking. Well, every time I'm drinking when I play golf.
Well, I always lose it because I like leave it hanging out of my pocket. So I'll take off with on the golf cart and it'll fall out at some point. I forget it or I'm too lazy to go back and get it. So I just say, fuck it.
Damn it. I should have. It was like 2 for $40. I should have bought 2. Fuck.
Now, let me ask you a question. You strike me as a black golf glove guy.
No, white.
Okay, classic.
White, man. He's got the white Crocs.
Classic. All right.
He didn't break the white Oakley's back out.
With the white Crocs? Oh, Lord.
With the white Crocs.
You know what's fucked?
With the white
Save some ladies for the rest of
You know what's fucked up? When I was 18 to 22, I thought them white sunglasses were the shit.
Oh, yeah. I had white sunglasses.
Everybody had them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I didn't have them.
I never had them.
I didn't have them.
I thought they were the thing. And, you don't find out until you're in your 30s and your wife was like, I hated those.
Well, it was definitely like the white frame sunglasses and a transition to like when Jersey Shore came out. You just had to have like the Jersey Shore kind of like.
Oh,
nah.
I never had that phase.
Yeah. I mean, that's just kind of.
We got to go back to the archives and find some.
Not saying I'm a Jersey Shore guy because it was just the fad.
Tony, I think you definitely had some Jersey Shore.
Just remember, I'm
see
fucking
that.
older than y'all, so y'all were in fucking middle school.
Hey,
Jersey Shore.
you're not that much older.
Jersey Shore was college.
All right. Well, hey, episode 21. We're back. We took a week off last week, but we are back. And we have some big news.
Big.
We got a sponsor. Alp Nicotine Pouches is officially our very first sponsor on the Brolay podcast, so huge shout out to them for supporting the show. If you're looking for a super chill, discreet way to get your nicotine, Alp's got you covered. They've got a bunch of flavors, and the pouches are tiny enough to stash in your pocket. Super convenient, no mess, no fuss. Just hit the link in the episode bio, and your discount will be automatically applied. No codes to remember, just click, and you're good to go. So big thanks to Alps for being our first sponsor.
Huge shout out.
And if you remember, we did an Alps review about, 6 episodes ago?
Yeah, it was a couple episodes ago.
And if I remember correctly, Jacob turned.
Oh yeah, I haven't gone back. I can personally.
What was it that started? It was Tucker Carlson that?
That's where I first heard him from.
Yeah, where you first heard him.
And then I bought a sleeve, and I just the flavor is so much better.
Yeah, the flavor is
in,
and you get the 9 millis,
and you get 20 pouches in a can.
That is
in
huge.
a can,
Yeah.
not 12 or whatever those in.
They last longer too.
Yeah.
Oh, they
definitely
last
do.
so much.
I just think the flavor is so much better. Even with the Zens, it doesn't matter what you get. You're not getting the same flavor as the Alps, especially with these, with wintergreen, the ones you got.
Wintergreens are money.
haven't y'all said you noticed too the Zen pouches were kind of getting a little, some of them are flatter, like they're not as full.
Definitely. Oh yeah.
so they don't like last as long.
Yeah.
So there you go.
These ones I got now are the 9 millis, so they last even longer.
And aren't they made in the U.S. of A?
Made in the U.S. of the A.
Just double checking. Fact checking.
Nah, definitely made U.S. of A. I think that was like Tucker's like big thing that he talked about.
Something like that.
Something like that. So yeah, click the link. Go get yourself some.
Got it.
On a more serious note, the reason that we missed last week's episode is because of the tragic plane crash that happened. First and foremost, we want to send our condolences out to all the family and friends that were directly affected by that. I know me personally, I didn't know any of them directly, but I have trouble sleeping at night to this day because of it. So I know it kind of hit the whole region, and I think it might have affected the whole country when it comes to flying. So, man, just a crazy, unfortunate thing to happen.
Affects the whole country like that, especially it makes national news, but definitely affects, a big portion of it affects this area alone, just because there's so many ties that, those guys had to people within the community. So yeah.
Thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts
y'all.
and prayers for sure for all the families and friends that were affected by it.
Yeah. Please, there is a bunch of GoFundMe's and meal plans. It's the best way you can help right now. So Foul Plains is the place that they went to. They're putting on a couple fundraisers too. They're giving away a hunt and a kennel. So if you have a hunting dog, you can do that, or hunt. All the proceeds go to the family. So I was directly affected. I will say, I'm not going to go too much into it, but the outpour of support from everybody literally across the country has just been absolutely amazing. I mean, it's such a tragic accident, and it's just amazing seeing the support coming across from everybody, even people who didn't know him.
Yeah, it really is. I was actually working at a customer's house yesterday, and that it got brought up, and I said that my best friend knew some people, and he said the hunters, and I said yeah. So like everybody knows kind of.
Oh yeah.
The people that were from the area. And yeah, seeing all the GoFundMe's and the things that Foul Plains is doing, when I look at those on a daily basis, I still get teary-eyed looking at it, because as tragic as it was, it's amazing to see the support, the community, and then furthermore, the country rally around this tragedy. So it's nice. And these families are going to need it. I mean, these are fathers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were some amazing people. I mean, they weren't just, they were the best people you could ask for. Mentors. I mean, I've known a lot of them since I was young. Just great all around guys. Supported the community, supported everyone around them. Supported their friends like no other. I mean, they were just amazing group, and even the ones who weren't there, just an amazing group of guys. So continue to support them. Keep them in your prayers. For anyone local, there's a vigil, New Life in La Plata, Saturday. If anybody's interested, it's all over Facebook. So
this coming Saturday.
Are you going to that?
Yeah.
What is that? What's today? The 4th?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the 8th, February 8th is that the current date?
Yeah.
February 8th. What time did you say?
6
p.m.
6 p.m. You got to get tickets ahead of time. I don't.
Oh, really?
I don't even know how this is all going to work. So
It's a church?
yeah, at New Life Church in La Plata.
And I'm assuming all the proceeds from the ticket sales will go directly back to the families?
I don't even know. I don't think you had to buy them.
Just reserve them.
I'm not sure. I didn't buy mine. I had my mom. She was getting some, so she got some for us. And I didn't even click on the link. I don't know if you have to buy them or not.
Yeah.
So, but just be careful of the GoFundMes that you're giving to. Just make sure they're the verified GoFundMes. I think they've gotten rid of a few of them. So
that's so crazy that people are actually trying to hijack a tragedy like this and profit off of it. It's just sick, man.
Yeah, I mean, there are people out there like that, but like you said, you just got to verify them. And how you go about verifying that, I don't know, because again, people can make fake profiles and stuff like that. But.
Yeah. I mean, just read who it comes from and who was the organizer. If it doesn't say a name and like coming from the family, I wouldn't give to it. I would just look into it. If you're not sure, you can ask me. Just reach out to me and ask, and I can send you the right ones and stuff.
Yeah, I know there were a couple that some family members created too for certain family members and didn't get the proper approval from the right family member. And they kind of shut that down right away. Like they didn't want that attention right then and there. I mean, it was still fresh.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy.
My buddy Steve, who was on there, he will tell you he walked this earth like it was his last every day. Like that's how he lived. I mean, he was very fortunate through life and could do anything he wanted, but I mean, he literally lived to the T of every day being his last day. I mean, and it was something to really look up to. So
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I mean, I just couldn't imagine that. Like I was telling Michael and Tyler the other day that, you know, you're at a point where, you know, the plane's coming down, you know, we all do it. We all break out our phones, you know, hey, we're about to land type of thing, you know, and there was the one guy on the news that, you know, his wife had texted him, you know, hey, we're about to land about 20 minutes out. And then he sent, you know, replies back to her. And it's like, those weren't going through. And then it's crazy because we all do it, you know, hey, we're about to land, or we're coming into the airport now. We'll be there shortly. I'll give you a call when we, you know, get our bags and stuff.
Yeah.
Just could not imagine the sinking feeling from the families that are affected, man. Like just not coming home. Cause again, majority of those loved ones at home, the flight's coming in at 8:30 at night, you know, most definitely the significant others or families that are at the house, they're just now getting in bed, going to sleep, and then boom, they're hit with this. And I could not imagine.
Another thing that runs through my head is, you know, my wife, along with how many of our other friends were on that same exact flight path 2 nights earlier into the same exact airport at the same exact time, 2 nights earlier. So you know, that sinks in along with everything else. And you're like, I mean, it affects me. I know that.
Yeah, I think
it's a scary like landing there as well. And
I've never
there's just so much going on. You don't think of that.
I know. I don't think of it when I want, because we've landed in DC. I mean, how many times have you guys flown into DCA?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
many.
You're just seeing water until basically it's wheels down, and then you know you hopefully breathe a sigh of relief. But I think the main moral of the story, the main takeaway is: look, you never know when your last day is your last. Live life to the fullest. Hug your loved ones. Call your friends. Call your parents. And just don't take it for granted. You only get one life.
Yeah.
Amen.
Oh, man.
All right, let's switch gears. Missing last week, we didn't get a chance to talk about the Commanders getting their ass whooped. Boy, oh boy.
Okay. All right. Let's pause there. I wouldn't say that they got their ass whooped. The number
that was an ass whooping.
That was an ass whooping.
No, I don't agree with that, because the final score of the game does not reflect on how that game went about. Did our defense get manhandled? Yes, because they scored on every single turnover. They scored 28 points on 4 turnovers. You know, so yeah, you can blame the defense on a lot of those, you know, drives. But again, I mean, the Eagles, kudos to them. They capitalized every single time with 7 points. You know, so that's tough. But going into the third quarter with 5 minutes left, it was only an 11-point game.
12
12-point game. Still.
You're right.
It's a it's a ball game.
And when the
still.
Commanders didn't fumble, they were able to put up points.
Pretty sure-
The offense
it was
could move.
11. It was
the ball.
11-point game because they went for 2 and they got it. So they had to get.
Nah, they didn't. No, it was 12. You can fact check me.
Yeah, I'm gonna fact check you because I was watching the game.
I'll pull it up.
Because it was they needed a touchdown.
Tony
with a
won't let
2-point
this die.
conversion. No, because again, I don't think it was a blow. The final score, yeah, it looks like a complete blowout, but I don't agree with that. I think they played a decent game. The defense just did not.
You said the end of the third quarter?
Third quarter with 5 minutes left, when JD 5 scored that touchdown,
I'm wrong.
went for 2.
You're right.
Thank you.
11-point game.
11-point game.
Get him.
Got me.
So again, and then the very next time, I believe that's when they got the ball back down by 11.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's when what's his
Eckler fumbled.
Eckler fumbled, and again they fumble, and then they go down and score, and then at that point you're in the fourth quarter. The wind is out of the sails at that point, and
Yeah, you're out of time.
The Commanders, the Commanders, they're just not a better team yet. Can they beat the Eagles? Yes. But I think they have to play a perfect football game, get fortunate with turnovers. The Eagles dominated the trenches. I mean, the pass rush was in there, instantly on almost every single play. The Commanders are going to be able to move the ball, stay competitive, but they're not good enough on defense to afford to lose the turnover battle.
Yeah.
the refs also missed a huge holding call when AJ Brown caught that pass on 4th down, I think, or 3rd down, or 3rd long, or 4th and long.
Yeah.
When they went for it,
I mean, there was calls missed on both sides.
Call obvious right in the middle on Louvu, and yeah,
Dude,
I mean they get the first down, and again, like that could have been a huge turning point in the game if they would have gotten the ball back.
How about Louvu jumping over the pile a couple times, and they almost
loved it. I loved it.
I would have loved to see the refs just award a touchdown.
It was honestly,
Just for it to like
It's such
go
a
the first couple times
That's a
was
terrible
cool, but after that it was like, all right, you're just chewing time off the clock. Like, they're gonna score. It's a tush push. I get it.
Well, the one time he timed it right, jumped over it, and they stopped him.
Yeah.
So I mean, when you're backed against the wall and you got nothing to lose, I would have done the same thing. But once they say, "Hey, we can award a touchdown," you're like, "The fuck
That's
kind of
wild.
rule is this?"
I think everyone had that same reaction.
I mean, the refs. You never hear the ref at offsides. Half the distance. P.S. We can award a touchdown.
That's the type of call that the Chiefs would get. Like, we'll just give the Chiefs
just
a
give them the
touchdown.
touchdown.
They would have gave it after the first one. They wouldn't even have gone. Yeah. You jumped over the line. Yeah. Touchdown, Chiefs. They got to the point though. They couldn't move the ball up any further. So what do you want them to do at that point?
Just
And they were
do it. Hey, run a different play. Don't run the tush push.
Yeah, but again, they were still like calling like the cadence on them hiking the ball was a little ridiculous too. Like you're on the inch-yard line at this point. Like just hike the fucking ball, running in. Like come on, like
where are you gonna go? You can't go forward anymore.
Yeah, you're playing games, dude. Like come on.
My mother-in-law texted me and was like, if River plays football, Louisville will be River.
I can see it.
That would be awesome. 'Cause
I can
he's
see it.
A great football player.
Yeah.
Little animal.
You better get a weight bench. If River's gonna play football.
He's got to hit his growth spurt because that kid hasn't grown in like a year.
Put a weight bench in the basement.
Yeah.
It's definitely a tough loss though.
Yeah.
But I am proud of that team and how far they came from winning 4 games last season to being a complete dumpster fire.
Oh yeah.
To new head coach coming in, new offensive coordinator coming in. You can say that new ownership, but again, they were there the previous year. But again, having a new ownership in the front office, brand new coach, all new offensive coordinator, new everything,
right.
and then for them to make the drive all the way to the NFC Championship game, I mean that's crazy. It felt good for me because being a lifelong fan and 30 years plus of just total letdown, and just disastrous ownership and everything and above. Like it sucked being a Skins fan or Commanders fan, whatever you want to say. Like it was terrible. So seeing this, I mean, it definitely brought out a lot of good within the community around here and for all the fans that have been diehard.
It's good for the future. And I will say this, like Jaden Daniels now has more playoff wins than Tony Romo and Dak Prescott combined. So that's a great.
Did you see the meme too that said Tressway now has more passing yards than Tony Romo and Dak Prescott? It's 28 yards to 0.
I don't. Michael's not laughing, dude.
It's really not funny.
I put that in the history books.
I mean,
did y'all see?
Y'all keep fucking around.
They're trading Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
That's why, dude. He would be a fantastic.
You know where he's going to end up?
Washington Commanders, baby.
You know where he's going to end up? He's going to end up with the Bills.
Well, that would be tough.
He's going to end up with the Bills. He's going to go somewhere to where it's some championship potential team will definitely pick him up.
I don't think he'd be a good fit for the
Bills,
Commanders.
the Bengals.
Why?
Because y'all need a big number 2. He's a slot guy. I mean, you got a slot guy.
Who?
Zacchaeus.
He's all right.
Yeah, he's all right, but I wouldn't pay top tiered money for a slot guy. You need like a big number 2.
Zacchaeus or Dayami Brown.
I would take him in a heartbeat.
I mean, you take him, but at what price?
We got the 5th most cap room in the league.
Yeah, but you don't want to be strapped. You're trying to build something. You're not going to
We just made the NFC Championship game. Spend it all, baby. Let's go.
Yeah,
There's going to be
but again, was our offense really a problem that we need to show? I mean, we definitely moved the ball pretty good on offense. It's our defense that was lacking. I'm hoping that it was after Myles Garrett.
Lattimore killed us.
That's what I'm hoping.
Lattimore absolutely killed us.
It was y'all's butterfingers.
We need
on the offensive side.
Yeah. Just in opportunity.
I wouldn't even say that, man, because we scored all season. I mean, we scored plenty of games where we scored.
Oh, he's talking about the fumbles.
Oh yeah, the fumble. The fumble part. But again, that's just
fluky.
Yeah, that's not a everyday. That's not a every game thing, man.
You're right though, Dennis. Lattimore killed the momentum.
They were literally throwing at him every single play, and he was nowhere to be found.
But again, we're not getting rushed. We're not getting the pass rush on the quarterback. You know, we're not getting the pressure to help those corners out. I think our secondary is good. It's decent.
Well, we didn't have Deron Payne either, our best defensive lineman, so that didn't help.
I don't think Payne's going to be back next year.
What? We signed him to like a 5-year deal a year ago.
I think they're going to end up trading him.
Nah,
I think so.
No way.
Him or what's the other guy's name from Alabama?
Jonathan Allen.
Allen might be before Deron Payne, but one of them I could see leaving, trading. Personally, that's just me.
I don't know,
but I really hope they go after Myles Garrett. I'd give up fucking a first round and a second round for Myles Garrett, 100%.
Yeah, I think they've become a very attractive team to want to come play for.
Oh,
so
for
I
sure.
think they'll have their pickings eventually. I mean, especially with all the cap space. I mean, who knows?
What do you think it would take to get Myles Garrett?
How many years does he have left on his deal?
I think 2 years.
2, I think so.
2 years, and I think his salary was like $20 million or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, the money's not crazy.
I think next year was like $20 million or something.
I mean, he ain't up and requesting, hey, get me the fuck out of here without having talks with somewhere to go already, right?
Well, I mean, he just straight up said like he wants to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like he wants to go to a contender. The Browns haven't been that in decades, along with the Commanders, but still, like,
no, the Browns won't win a Super Bowl.
No, they gave Deshaun Watson all that money. They're strapped.
They got poor ownership.
He wants to go somewhere where they can make a push to the Super Bowl.
They ruined Johnny Manziel. That was a lock. How do you ruin Johnny? I mean, literally, that was a lock of the century.
He's got 2 years left on his deal.
I mean, it's going to at least take a first rounder.
20 million next year. Well, a little over 20 million next year, and then 19 million the next year or something.
I don't know. I just see our management.
He's only 25.
They're frugal.
Yeah.
He's only 25.
No, I'm sorry.
He was way older.
I'm sorry.
He's 20.
He was 25 when he signed the contract. He's
29.
No, he's going on 30.
Yeah,
or he just turned 30.
So again, you can get a good 5 years out of him.
I just don't see us leveraging our future for somebody like that at this point. I think we build through the draft, pick up some well-known free agents, see if we can improve. I just don't know if we're quite there yet to give up a first rounder, maybe multiple first rounders.
I mean, our defensive line is hurting, dude. We have nobody on the edge.
Yeah,
no one.
That we could find somebody. Like we had, I mean, Bobby Wagner was a great pickup. Frankie Louvu.
Yeah, but we also have the 29th pick in the first round.
Yeah, I'm saying just go after a free agent. Don't trade draft capital.
Yeah, but are there any good free agent defensive ends that are, or even defensive linemen that are?
Let's look it up.
I don't think that there are.
What's Parsons doing?
Parsons still locked in Dallas too.
But they franchise.
Sure, you get Parsons and Myles Garrett on the edge.
Oh,
boy,
nice.
oh boy.
Y'all might as well take Parsons. You took the rest of the fucking
Parsons don't
coaching
want to be in
staff and
Dallas.
players.
Dallas is a dumpster fire right now. Sorry, I mean you're going to be
Did you see the
hurting next year.
the theory that Jerry Jones is playing the long game with the QB of the future, and he wants to like kind of tank the next year or two and get Archie Manning?
I don't think they're gonna have to try very hard.
That hurt.
Yeah, they're going to have the number 1 pick next year.
Sure, Michael. That's what they're doing. Jerry Jones, who's 800 years old, is playing the long game. Yeah, right.
How long are we talking?
Damn, bro. That is,
Hey, like we said, you got to live every day. You got to live every day like it's your last. I mean, fucking Jerry Jones. He said he was going all in last year, and he didn't. And now he's playing the long game. What is this?
he's a genius.
I don't have
What?
the.
What did he say?
That's what you say when you fuck up the offseason entirely and ruin a potentially championship team.
Yeah, and you hire a head coach that's never been a candidate for a head coach position.
That's wild, dude. I know. And what did he say when they hired him? Something about this ain't glory, all glory holes or something.
Yeah,
what the hell did he say?
See the dude's face behind it. You know, this ain't all glory holes. And
Like what? He goes
I don't see the issue with it.
he's
what's a
grading all
glory
these-
hole?
He's grading all these draft picks. These guys coming in on how big their wieners are, and now he's talking about glory holes, dude. What are we doing in Dallas? What?
Tony, you can't say wiener.
All right.
Is our 12-inch cock?
Edge,
I mean, what's better?
40, 9.5-inch hands, and a 10-inch cock.
Just imagine the glory holes he would see with that one.
Watch that boy slang in the locker. I mean, on the football field.
Jesus Christ.
All right, edge rushers, Khalil Mack.
All right, that's solid, but he's old.
He's old, but hey,
Yeah.
old is cheap.
True. I mean,
Josh Sweat, Eagles. I don't know who that is.
he's good.
Hassan Reddick, Jets stud, but he held out last
Don't
year.
want Reddick.
Yeah, I know
He's a
Reddick, Mike.
bum. He played for the Eagles.
Malcolm Kuntz, not familiar.
You got one more?
Baron Browning,
I think he was with the Bengals.
Deo Adeyingbo, Colts. Chase Young,
No,
get him back for pennies.
we don't need him. He's a bum.
I don't recognize it. DeMarcus Lawrence from the Cowboys. He's ancient. My God, I know he was still playing.
Not the Marcus Ware.
Dante Fowler for the Commanders. He actually had some good stints. He'd be nice to keep in the rotation.
Dante Fowler.
Dante Fowler.
Yeah,
He's long. He's got length. I liked him.
I mean, he had a decent, back end of the season.
He had a couple big sacks in the
Yeah.
playoffs.
That's good, Jacob.
That's good.
That's real good.
Little Glenn LeVay.
Glenn Levitt.
Matthew Judon.
He's a problem.
Judon, that sounds.
Remember, he held out. He held out from the. What did he held out from? I think for the Patriots.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Dude,
Yeah, so I don't know.
I don't know. I think Myles Garrett is your best answer on bringing in, especially it's only a $20-some million hit on your cap. You still have $40 million. Still go get a receiver, a number 2 receiver if you want. I mean, they talked about the T Higgins thing there for a while.
But the problem is, nobody's 29th round pick isn't going to do anything for anybody. And we're not going to be much worse than we were. I mean, I can't see us getting much worse.
No, but if they trade that pick, I mean, you're talking the Browns
Package that pick up.
have one, and then the Browns can turn around and trade that 29th pick for something else further up by giving up. I don't know what the Browns have for picks, or even what the Commanders would be willing to give in that situation. But they can turn that 29th pick in the first round into, maybe like a 15 or something. So they're kind of towards the top. What do they have in the first round? Browns. They have to be like close to second, third, fourth, fifth, maybe top 5 pick, possibly.
I don't know. I am pretty bummed though that they lost. I was kind of looking forward to the RV trip.
Dude, that would be dope.
That would be
Cassidy's
cool.
sister's down there right now. She got there today. I'm pretty bummed. That'd have been fun.
That would have been cool.
That would have been really fun.
Yeah,
Hey, next year.
They're 2, Tony.
it's always next year.
2. So number 2 pick. So they can.
So what the hell would they
have
trade up for? I mean,
But again, if they get the 29th pick from the Commanders, if the Commanders are willing to come off that, which they're going to have to for Myles Garrett, they can then flip that 29th pick into something maybe around 10 to 15 from someone else and give away more as well from whatever draft picks that they have.
Oh, I was reading it was going to take 2 first rounds.
I will give it. I will give the first round.
Oh, hold on.
For this year, for sure. Next year, again, like if they're going to be a competitive team, which they can be, they're going to be towards the bottom again. So
I hope the Commanders don't make it to the Super Bowl the next 2 years.
it's a strategy. I just don't see this ownership group and the GM doing that. I mean, I think they're trying to build for the next 10 years, not just next year.
I mean, he's the same GM that went after Trent Williams from us.
What'd they give up for him?
You'd have to look back.
I thought Trent Williams was a free agent.
But again, he's a GM that can go out and get, big talent by giving up, stuff.
I'll take Khalil Mack.
No, man,
Same
Khalil
deal,
Mack.
$20 million.
Nah.
No.
You would take Khalil Mack for $20 million?
And no draft picks? Yes.
Nah. No thanks.
So it looks like Shadur Sanders is going to the Cleveland Browns.
Definitely wouldn't give up 2 first rounds. So if you're talking about this year and next year, I don't think that would be a good idea. But they can also give, first, second, and third this year. Because I believe we have multiple second round picks or multiple third round picks. So you're still good. And again, you can make trades with picks too with teams. If we get rid of Allen, which I'm sure he's definitely higher than Payne, but I see them getting rid of one of those 2 guys. Allen probably first. So you can trade Allen away for, a second. That could probably help you out if you do get rid of.
Allen's a captain, though. He's been a leader on that team. I don't know.
He is, but he's been hurt. He's been out. Hasn't really done much. Not saying that, he should have been doing things years prior because our team has just been a disaster, but I don't know. Well, I'm hopeful.
We're going to find out soon.
I'm hopeful that they do something.
If they go to the Super Bowl next year or the year after, that's going to be a long road trip.
Where's the Super Bowl next year? It's back on the West Coast. So
San Francisco next year.
Oh, is it?
And then SoFi Stadium the year after. But
I thought they came back and forth, East Coast, West Coast, didn't they?
no.
SoFi's LA?
Yeah. And then after that, I think 2028 is Atlanta. Georgia Dome.
That'd be a perfect road trip.
Mercedes-Benz Dome.
That's a perfect little road trip.
Yeah.
10 hours?
Yep.
Easy.
Definitely not taking the RV to San Francisco.
Might not make it.
Yeah.
We're gonna need a bigger RV.
Yeah. Definitely need a bigger RV.
My liver can't take the time that trip would take. Good Lord.
The ride back would be terrible.
Especially when
I'd be
if they lose.
Drop me off at the airport.
If they win, it's still going to be shit. I mean,
Dude,
we're stuck in RV with 5 to 10 other, or it won't be 10 for sure.
As long
Can't
as
fit that
stinky
many, but-
drunk men.
Yeah, just totally over being with each other.
Be a lot of alcohol consumed on that trip.
You'd have to.
Philly played damn near perfect against the Commanders, and they better come out and play perfect.
You
against the
gotta
Chiefs.
shut down Saquon Barkley, man. You shut down Saquon Barkley, it's going to expose Jalen Hurts. Do I think Jalen Hurts is a good quarterback? I do.
He sure as shit didn't look hurt.
But again, no,
Like
he did not look hurt, which is a good thing. He can get outside the pocket and run a little bit. But I just don't think he's a very good like thrower, and he's got great receivers too, AJ Brown and Devontae Smith. But I feel like if AJ Brown isn't having a good game, they are not clicking as a unit because it's all on Devontae Smith.
Someone asked me the other day who I thought was going to win, and I said my heart says the Eagles, but my head says the Kansas City Chiefs, because why the hell would you bet against Patrick Mahomes?
I know.
I mean,
You're not only betting against Patrick Mahomes, you're betting against Goodell.
and the Swifties.
Goodell
and the Swifties.
and the Swifties are not going to allow the Chiefs to lose. If I could bet Chiefs to win, I think Kelsey will. If Chiefs win, Kelsey will retire, and he'll propose to Taylor Swift on the field.
The same night.
All on the same night.
What do you think those odds would be?
Minus 200.
I'd like to see that. I would.
Fact.
Let's see that.
I don't think they're not going to let them win. It's already in. The fix is in. They're going to let them get the three-peat. Like,
look, if it were up to me, I'd want the Eagles to win. But at the end of the day, I really just want the same game they played the last time they played in the Super Bowl. 38-35 final. Lots of scoring, lots of yardage.
I think it'll be that. Yeah.
Give my props and our props, a chance, a fighting chance. And hey, if I win one of the Super Bowl blocks too, I'll take that.
I don't see anybody stopping Saquon. They might be able to slow him down a little bit and contain him, but
I mean, they got Chris Jones up front.
we'll just take it outside. We'll just bounce it outside and bust a big one.
And if he goes outside, he's gone.
The Chiefs defense is really fucking good.
Oh, they're good, and that's where
their secondary is really fucking good.
that's where they don't get enough credit. Is like everybody's Patrick Mahomes is. Patrick
they're
Mahomes
barely winning. They're barely winning games, but they're winning 19 to 13 because the defense is fucking solid.
They're solid. They are.
So somebody sent me this earlier in a text. It's a screenshot of, I guess somebody did stats on something, but it says, in this century, every time the Super Bowl has been played between two teams that include one traveling east and one traveling west, the team traveling west has won. The Chiefs are traveling east for the Super Bowl, and the Eagles are traveling west. So it has 1, 2, 3, 4,
Southeast
6, 7,
and
8.
Southwest.
This will be the ninth. This will be the ninth game. But again, every team traveling west. I mean, you can call. I mean, they're both going to be traveling towards the southern end since it's in New Orleans. But again, it's still west of Philly, essentially southwest.
I think the
That's
Eagles
just
win.
That's not
I think
you
the
saying
Eagles
this way.
win. I do, just because it just seems like the obvious play is the Chiefs, right?
I have a statistic
And
for you.
nothing's obvious.
Patrick Mahomes has played in 3 Super Bowls and he's won 2 of them. I'm sorry, he's played in 4 Super Bowls and he's won 3 of them. It's pretty good fucking odds.
That is.
Mm-hmm.
And they got a chance to make history with, the three-peat, which with the three-peat thing, do you know that came from, was it the Lakers? Somebody, I guess, started the whole three-peat thing, and they put a patent on it. So every time three-peat is mentioned or something about that, they get
The
paid.
Lakers do?
I think it's the Lakers. I'd have to look that up. When they won
won the
three
championship,
championships in a row, that's where the three-peat started, and they get royalties from that every
That's
single
genius.
time.
We don't.
Yeah, so that's again,
They're loving this.
they were thinking of ways on if the Chiefs do win, how are they going to say? Are they going to call it a three-peat? Or are they going to call it, Chiefs Pete? I think I heard.
Don't come after us for saying three-peat. We don't have any-
Swift.
we don't have any-
I don't think it comes down to like when media companies or whatever talk about it. I don't think that's the case, but
That's wild.
yeah, I think if the actual team says, "Hey, we're
printed, like,
the
shirts or something.
three-peat champions" type of thing, I think that's crazy. Yeah.
And now you know why lawyers get paid so much money, because
I
they
hear
think
you.
about all this kind of
I
shit.
hear you. dude.
How come we aren't that smart?
I've never three-peated at anything in life.
So, Michael, you got the Chiefs.
Yeah, I think so.
Tony,
Yeah, I mean, I can't bet against the Chiefs. I mean, a lot of local guys I know, I mean, they're Eagles fans, so my lieutenant being one. So I've been like busting his balls the whole time. He's been wearing Eagles fucking stupid ass hat ever since the Commanders game.
I'll gladly root against the Chiefs. Can't stand the Chiefs. Can't stand Mahomes. The Kelsey thing. I've just had enough of the Chiefs.
You're not a Swiftie?
Not a Swiftie. I used to, back when she played country music, I liked her. Teardrops on my guitar, that was my jam. But now that she's gone to pop, just not my style.
Can't get behind it.
Brother-in-law's a Philly fan. While, when we're playing each other, it's a battle. But I feel like the Commanders lost to the Eagles. So if the Eagles were to win it, that just solidifies
Feels like you
our
won
season.
the Super Bowl.
No, but it makes it not as bad that we lost the Super Bowl winning team.
True.
That would just
And you had beaten them earlier in the year. You could say, hey, we beat the Super Bowl team earlier in the year.
We beat them without their quarterback. Let's face it. I mean that
Kenny two gloves?
it didn't count. It didn't
It
count.
did count. I was there watching it live
It did.
in a badass.
Oh, I forgot you were at that game.
Yeah, it's a great game to be at. The fucking Eagles fans were quiet leaving that bitch, which is great because if anybody's been to FedEx Field or Northwest Stadium now, being a fan of the Skins, Commanders, the football team, whatever you want to call them, it's always overpowered by visiting teams. It pisses me off every time I go to the game because there's always more fans of the other team that we're playing instead of our fans.
Speaking of Philly fans, did you see after they beat the Commanders some of the videos of them like leaving the stadium? They were fucking with some Commanders, like just fans, like ripping the guy's hat off, just taunting them and shit. The whole walk out of the stadium.
Nasty people, man.
Yeah, like just straight up. And the guy wasn't retaliating, just trying to get out, just walking.
It's not because he was going to get freaking curb stomped. If he
I know, but it's like, dude, the game's over.
not
It's a
that
fucking
serious.
game.
It's
Yeah.
not-
And you
it's
won.
not serious.
What are you
Yeah.
mad about?
Philly
I
fans
do.
are trash.
I do like watching Gilly.
Oh, I love
Gilly get
Gilly.
hyped.
Yeah, if there's one Eagles fan that I like, Gilly is probably the best.
I don't know how he gets like the rights to go into the locker room and fucking drive his little Razor fucking.
You know
Dude,
how?
his
You know
Raider,
how?
dude,
Because
his
he's rich.
his side by side,
Yeah.
is sick.
I know, but they're like, hey, open the gates to the stadium, just drive it on in. Oh,
The big ass hat.
he's a fucking trip, dude. There's a video of when they were, I think they were up by 2 touchdowns, or maybe it was 3 at that point, and he was in the box and he was legit crying,
Yeah, I was,
happy tears. Did you see that?
he had the one jersey. He had the Mike Vick jersey. It says Gilly Vick on it.
I still think one of the
No, it says Mike Gilly Vick or something like that.
Alabama Jones. That shit was so funny, dude.
Oh, Shane Gillis.
Shane Gillis, yeah.
It's completely different Gilly, but all right.
I wish.
What are you talking about? I was thinking Shane Gillis.
No,
No,
no.
Gilly, the black Gilly the Kid.
I don't know who that is.
What?
From $1 million, what was it, $1 million worth of game or something like that?
Yeah.
His
No clue.
podcast he has.
Oh man,
Oh, it's great, dude.
I have to
It's
find you a
hilarious.
Gilly clip. Hold on.
Probably the only Eagles fan I like. All of the rest of them, trash.
I listened to that podcast, that Joe Rogan podcast y'all were talking about, the alien one.
Yeah,
You
good.
believe those guys?
Man, it's hard to say, man. Like
They don't talk like normal intelligence guys, which makes it hard to believe. Like they don't talk very intelligently. Not to say intelligence guys all talk intelligently, but
I mean,
it just
I-
feel like the other intelligent.
Towards the end, I haven't quite finished it yet. I'm having a hard time believing them.
Yeah, it just seems. Even I feel like Rogan is just kind of like laughing at him half
Yeah.
the time. Like I don't even think he believes. I think he's just trying to get him to say stupid shit.
sometimes I don't like listening to Rogan. I think Rogan's podcast is great and he has great guests on and stuff like that. I don't like how Rogan is like always like interrupting some of these guys and like saying stuff or brings that kind of aggravates me sometimes. Like if you have a guest on, ask them a question and have them answer it and then come back. And it's like, I feel like they're kind of like jumping around.
Dude, the problem
Well, it depends.
he's
Depends
so,
on the guest.
Yeah.
Because
And
some guests
kinda what
he
was-
lets go.
That's kind of what he was doing with these two guys. It's like, just let them talk, man.
Well, I think because he tries to steer the conversation. Like when it starts to sound super fluky or bullshit, he'll kind of steer the conversation to kind of help them, or also kind of like, hey, this is kind of bullshit. So
Yeah,
I think
like
he tries to steer
you
the
do realize
conversation.
what you're saying is it's kind of like
this doesn't make any sense. So like, if it's not making sense to me, like make it make sense to the audience. I think he does some of that.
And it's all live, right?
Yes.
Or I don't think it's all recorded.
They don't edit it. Yeah, they don't edit anything.
He knows so much shit.
He does.
Like I think it's hard for him not to interject and put in what he knows, because he probably knows more than they know.
He does.
You know,
He reads a lot of books.
yeah.
Like he's always like, "Hey, have you read this book?"
When he knows
It's like,
he knows everybody, dude.
We need to.
But for him, that dude talking about if aliens are real and that's what they look like, I'm not that scared. We'll be all right.
the thing that kind of
Like we'll be hanging out at the bar with them. You know,
the thing that got me is the whole consciousness type of thing. Like
yeah, that's
they're not really communicate. Obviously, they're not communicating the same as
They
us.
do
It's not like
telepathically.
normal. Yeah, and it's like you kind of have this scared feeling at first, but then when you're kind of
They have
communicating
ways of making you feel it
kind of
however
makes
they
you
want.
it kind of makes you feel how they're projecting it onto you,
Right.
Which is sometimes it can be a calming experience, or sometimes it can be a kind of like scared feeling. Essentially,
it sounds like we need to find one and have him as a new best friend.
I just
Interject happy feelings all the time.
I mean, at this point, with the whole comfortability of UFO talk lately and aliens and all that, I just want to have a UFO alien experience, at least like know somebody personally that did. So I know like it's somewhat believable. It's just hard to believe.
Well, the government's explanation. So the new press secretary came out, and it was an official statement from the president that the drones were FAA approved, doing research in other various activities.
Yeah.
And
What research were they doing, ma'am? And what other various fucking activities were they doing? You just told us absolutely nothing.
But at least they acknowledge that
They did.
U.S.
And that's kind of what they said.
That's pretty much all we got.
That's kind of what they said in the podcast.
They said they were sanctioned. They didn't say they were U.S. They said they weren't the threat.
Okay,
They
but
said they were
at least-
authorized by the FAA.
Okay, but at least they said we knew they were there.
Yeah.
Not just
Well,
we don't
who
know.
the fuck didn't? Yeah.
Besides the other administration that just didn't say like, oh,
Didn't
no
say
idea.
anything. He said they were hobbyists too.
Yeah, some of them were
Now,
obvious, which
I do
can
kind of
believe.
what that guy said on Rogan's podcast about them though. If that's all it was, why the top secret skiff brief? Like why?
Yeah.
If it was just something that the U.S. approved, why all the secret?
Well, and what did
You
you
know.
approve exactly?
Right,
Well, what exactly were they doing?
right.
And
I
that's
mean,
the thing.
people have
they
shit
had
flying
this-
over their head. They have a right to know why they're flying over their head.
And like they were saying, with them having that skiff there doing, like, I guess being a part of it, it kind of makes it more of what they said. It's just like, oh, yeah, well, it was approved type of thing. But like, why did you need the skiff involved too? Like, what information were we trying to gather from that you needed that clearance to have? I don't know.
Well, and it's not military equipment because they have ranges that they test stuff like that on, so people can't see it. Like, why would you test it just right wide open on the East Coast? That shit's what just wild to me. And that was their explanation, which was literally saying nothing.
I mean, those
We
guys,
knew we were there. They were doing stuff.
They just agreed.
those guys agreed though that there's more to it.
Oh, 100%.
You know, and they don't believe, even with the statement that came out, they don't.
Oh, yeah.
They believe it. Yeah, they believe that, but there's more to what you're saying that you're keeping from the American people.
Well, you
know?
can just use your common sense. I mean, how many possibilities could there be for them up there? What kind of, like, how many possibilities could there be for the type of research they're doing?
Yeah.
I mean, just use common sense.
Right.
It's only one of a few things.
I mean, they brought up the whole scanning for the nuclear, material that was missing.
they're scanning for something.
They brought up that.
Otherwise, why would they be in the air?
Yeah, but they were also saying like that. Even if it was that, like you wouldn't need to have. I forget how they were saying it, but like with the whole skiff thing coming in, like there's more questions to be asked from the American people that deserve that information on why that was involved.
Agreed.
Definitely a crazy episode to listen to.
I never finished watching it, so spoiler alert. I guess y'all should have said, but
Well, I mean,
No,
it's definitely a episode that you should listen to, whether you believe it or not, because it's still like information that kind of makes you
it
think.
gives you something to think about.
It makes you think about what is really going on, type of thing.
Yeah, for sure.
And again, that's where y'all know where I stand on certain things and stuff like that. But that also makes me think about, well, shit, like, what is really going on? You know?
Mm-hmm.
We need to go to Austin to Rogan's Comedy Club.
That's what I was thinking. We're so locked in on Supercross. I don't have to go to a Supercross race. I would be down just going to Austin for a weekend, catching a comedy show, and flying back. I would have no problems with that whatsoever.
I could be convinced. I mean, now that Jet's out for the season, it should be a little lame.
Always, they did rule him out for the season.
Really?
Torn ACL.
Ooh.
And he didn't even crash, just dabbed his leg.
That means our boys got a chance.
Who?
Old guard, Eli Tomac.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of like it because now it's not just going to be a runaway.
Yeah, I did hear that.
I'll watch now. It's not going to be, Jet Lawrence wins again. Yeah.
Supercross races are fun though.
It was fun.
They are.
Just not when you eat a fucking
Well,
50 grand edible or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Well, the timing's it just seems like we don't have a great weekend. It feels like we're kind of forcing ourselves to pick a weekend that doesn't really work for everybody just for the sake of going to a Supercross race.
I know. And I think the more important thing about the guys trip is that all of us go,
Agreed.
not where we go.
Yeah.
But we still should try to go to one maybe in September for the SMX.
Yeah.
At worst case in Charlotte, where we can just drive, or take a quick flight. I think it'd be cool if the schedules work out. Life's a little busy.
Yeah, y'all gonna have to catch me after July. We got some trips coming up.
Yeah.
This is too much.
Where are we at? Who is in the top standings for the
other pool?
Mm-hmm.
So it is between my buddy Mike Barnett, that he's in first. He has the Eagles winning, but then there's two other people that have 18 points now, or
14.
At the 14, but they could end up with 18 points. Barnett could end up with 21 points, but now he's sitting at 17. So he's in the lead with 17. Two others have 14 right now. The other two have the Chiefs winning. So if the Chiefs win, it'll come down to the score for a tiebreak. And then
so do they all have a perfect bracket?
No.
No.
None of them.
Nobody does.
No, nobody has a perfect bracket. That was busted once the Commanders and Bills lost.
It's a 3-headed race for now.
Yeah, so 3 people are in it for the money. Everyone else is out. So it's my buddy Mike, and then my battalion chief at work, AA, and then another one of my buddies from work, Mattingly. Mad Dog. So
Sweet.
yeah, $400 on the line.
Nice. 2
of them got a shot at the Chiefs win if you pick the right score. And I don't even know how the score goes. You would just have to wait for the website to upload, because I have zero idea.
That's what I was wondering. I'm
if
like,
you're over the number, or is it closest to the number? I have no idea. This is my first time ever doing this.
I believe the 2 of them have 57 and 52 total
close.
points.
Oh wow, so it's close.
Yeah. So if it's like 24-30 or 27-30 or 24-31, what is that? 55?
57.
57 would win.
Speaking of that, what is the over on the game, or the over under on the game? Was it 49.5?
Probably.
I think that's what it was last time I looked at it.
Who's favorite?
I'm gonna hammer the
Chiefs favorite.
It went down. It was 49. Now it's at 48.5. I am hammering the over.
I kind of like the under.
I think it's going to be just like it was last time
2 good defenses.
with them two. High scoring.
I don't know. The Commanders, with all the turnovers, put up 28
points on 4 turnovers.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
yeah, but I don't think, Yeah,
the Chiefs got a better defensive line than the Commanders, so I'm sure that they'll get a little bit more pressure on Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
If they can shut down Saquon, I mean, that's the catalyst.
It'll be close to that number, 24, 27. something like
you,
that.
You gotta shut down. You gotta shut down Saquon. Keep him in the box. Don't let him get outside because he is going to burn you.
Who scores?
Great question.
I think I'm going to go with Hurts and Xavier Worthy.
I say Hurts and Mahomes.
You think Mahomes scored last week?
Quarterbacks.
Last week.
Yep. He's underrated for his legs.
Mahomes.
He's not. I mean, he's athletic. He's not super fast, but he knows when to use him.
Well,
And
he
he
likes to run too to draw them penalties. So
And with Philly's defensive line, he might be scrambling a lot and getting out of that pocket.
Right.
So it might not be a bad idea.
Yeah.
A nice little sneaky pick might be Noah Gray at plus 550 anytime.
Oh, no, Travis has got to score for Taylor.
yeah, he's definitely scoring.
That's already written. He'll probably get the first touchdown.
Shit, Taylor Swift might even score.
We got to cook a Brolay.
Oh, she's going to score later that night.
one last bro. Only if he wins. One last Brolay.
If he loses,
They don't
they're
win.
breaking up.
That's it. Chalk that up to another song.
I only date winners.
Sad.
Yeah, that's another thing we got to figure out too. Since football's over, I mean,
Yeah, we
betting
can
on college basketball, I'm good with that.
we can get into basketball. We can dabble a little bit on the Capitals because OV is chasing 895 and he is 18 goals away.
Well, if we get into
They're number one.
Oh yeah,
And they're
they're
right now, right?
yeah they're good.
Yeah, but they just got a point off of a team that they played the other day. I can't remember, but that was for first place overall in the entire league. So they got 1 point, but I think they're number 2 in the entire league.
Either way,
if we get into basketball too, we'll have to do some research, so it'll help us prep for March Madness a little bit.
yeah, I'm excited for March Madness. But I'll be honest with you, ever since kind of the playoffs started and my team has been out, I've kind of checked a little bit out of football. And Dennis has drugged me into the crypto universe.
I think gambling alone, you've disconnected from
No doubt.
sports betting. You're all in on crypto.
Well, crypto is gambling.
Well,
it's
yeah,
just-
that's what I'm saying.
Most definitely.
Typical gambling. That's a different type of gambling there.
Yeah.
Sports betting, I
the
should say.
parlays, the plus 10,000 odds, those are great. But I'm looking for the 100 to a million type of.
A parlay is
ROI.
playing blackjack. Crypto is playing a slot machine with $1 million grand prize. That's what I would compare it to.
Yeah, that's a good comparison.
You're trying to hit the grand. Every
grand.
time
Yeah.
you're trying to hit the
Or it's like playing the progressive on the blackjack, the little $5 chip, the little bonus bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true.
And if you get the royal straight flush, you win $500,000.
Yeah. That's
Did
it.
you see the guy that recently hit on the grand progressive on a blackjack
I
tape?
saw that.
Did you see that? The BR betting. I think he's a part of BR betting.
I don't think so.
Well, I saw one guy that didn't play like the super bonus and missed out on like $650K.
Oh my god!
This guy hit for over 400,000 or
Throw
something
up.
like that, but it was for a royal flush. So he was like, never really play him. He said, but I'll play it just $5. The dealer told him it's just $5 each time. So he was playing $5, and they gave him his cards. He had blackjack off the top, a king and a jack, I believe. And then the dealer showed an ace as the same suit. So he had same suit for king and or ace and jack, I want to say. And then the dealer, whatever it was, the dealer had the queen as his turn card. And yeah, the guy was like, the dealer was like, kind of looked at him like, I know it's a queen, but I don't know what it is. So he turned around to his buddies, and they're all like, they're on a bachelor party too. So all of his buddies are there. They're all getting hype. And he turned around, he looked to him, he's like, if this hits, I'm giving each of you 10 grand. So of course, like all of his buddies were into it then. The guys saw it, obviously, because he flipped, the dealer's card face up was an ace. So he was like, oh, he's got blackjack. So he looked at him. He said, I know it's a queen, but I don't know what suit it is. And then he flipped it over. Fucker hit for the royal flush for $405,000 or whatever it was. It said his buddies just went fucking nuts, dude. He said he blacked out. He doesn't really know, remember any of it. They're like pointing at the machine.
I've seen that video.
Screen. Crazy.
Could you imagine being on a guy's trip?
That's a
Somebody hit
perfect time to hit.
$400,000.
Wait.
Yeah, with all your buddies. And it was a large group too.
That's why we gamble, because we want to live through a moment like that.
One time.
Just
one time.
And
Come on.
Look, we're not asking for it for all of us. Just one of us.
I mean, I wouldn't mind if it was me.
Hey, I'll be the bystander as long as you give me 10 grand.
Deal. If I win 400.
$5 turns into 400 and some $1,000.
Shit. We'll have the fucking night of our lives. Waking up probably on the roof.
Yeah.
Where's Doug?
I would blow it all, especially if we were in Vegas.
No, you wouldn't.
No. I go home.
You wouldn't blow it all.
You would go home.
I would go home.
You would go home?
Yeah, I would go home.
No, you.
I would have
Straight to the
I would have
airport.
the time of my life that night. I would.
Oh, yeah,
I would
for
go
sure.
Home, I would go home red eye. Home motherfuckers got me until midnight.
That's actually probably the
And
smartest
it's
thing.
it's 9:00 right now, so we're gonna have to hurry this up.
Yeah.
I'd be at Bank of America the very next second. I'd like to make a deposit, please.
You don't trust yourself?
No, I'd keep 10 grand. I would have a time of my life with just 10,000 free dollars. Steakhouse, biggest T-bone they can fucking make.
That's not going to go very far
That's boring.
if we were
I wouldn't
in
even do
Vegas.
That's
Wouldn't
it. That's pretty
I
boring.
would not do that.
That would work.
What's that burger place that's always in the casinos in Vegas? What's the In-N-Out, whatever?
Oh yeah.
Or
Not
there's something,
In-N-Out.
there's
That's where you
some-
go if you
there's
want
something
more.
You
else.
talking about Bobby Flay's?
No, there's another
Bobby
like burger
Flay's. That's a
place
good
that's
burger.
always like in the casinos in Vegas. Fuck, what is it? They wear like the goofy hats, like the goofy white hats.
It's In and Out.
Not fucking Good Burger. Is it In-N-Out?
Are you talking about White Castle?
No.
I've never seen In-N-Out in a
I'll try to
casino.
think of it.
I never have either, but I was just trying to think
That's
of
where I'd go.
joints.
I go right over to the burger joint, get myself a juicy ass fucking cheeseburger. Fuck the steak. Fuck the $5 drinks. Fuck that. What's that gonna do for me? Nothing.
I would get
Nice fatty triple decker and fries.
a big steak. I'd get 2 bottles of whatever whiskey the boys want, and we would eat and drink until they got to carry us out of that motherfucker. We'll take a power
it'll be
nap
gone.
and start all over again.
And it'll be gone.
No.
All that money
No.
will be gone.
No.
10
No.
grand might be.
How much are we talking? 400?
You give
100.
you have 10 buddies with you.
Y'all are boring as
Give
fuck.
them 10 grand.
Oh, I'm sorry. If I got 10 buddies with me, I'm not giving all y'all 10
That's the
grand.
thing. He said he was going to give his buddies each 10 grand. So you're already. I mean, it looked like at least 10 fuckers that were
Hold on.
with him.
Are he-
so they're
are we
already
make-
giving up 100 grand. So
Are we
you got
making his
300.
buddies pay taxes on that 10 grand, or is he
Well,
is
that's
he
the
eating the
thing, too.
taxes?
I'm not paying taxes on 400 grand if I'm only seeing 300 of it.
All right, so 10,000 will turn to 8,000.
for sure.
I'm keeping
at
2
least.
for to pay the
Yeah.
taxes.
If you're lucky. 8,000 if you're lucky.
Sorry, tax man.
I know that's what I said, but
I think I would, if I won 400, I would probably be comfortable blowing like 20 in a night. And then we roll about there. We get the fuck about of there.
I'm just trying to think what you could possibly spend 20 grand on in one night.
We would have. I would buy
Penthouse.
fucking- I'd buy the
Get a
club.
penthouse. Get a penthouse.
true. You
Get
have
the
to get a
get
hotel
the
room.
get the front row table at the club or wherever we, you know.
and again,
the
that-
day-
You're right.
the-
It wouldn't
the
be,
pool
it
party.
wouldn't be as hard as
I want a sign
No,
with my
the fucking
name on it.
the liquor bills are fucking 10 grand. You know, if you're at the club all night. Although I don't,
Hey,
nightclubs
you're
aren't my
spending
thing anymore.
more- you're
Drinks are
spending
free at
more
the
than 20
tables.
grand. You're going to spend more than 20 grand doing all that.
No, I'm gonna hit him with that. Hey, this is all I got. So cap me at 20.
go ahead and
Or you
knock
just
it.
tell your buddies, I know I said I'll give you 10 grand, but we're going out. Y'all are fucking picking up the tab. I'm not. I'm out.
And you think Dennis, after drinking 100 beers, is gonna be like, all right, I'll pay.
Well, no, I know. But
He's gonna be unconscious.
Guess who's not?
shaking his
Me.
fucking ass off, right,
Guess
Jacob?
who's not paying me?
Happily. Just turning into
That's like
dance move at that point.
that's kind of like when somebody hits a hole in one on a golf course and they got to buy the whole clubhouse like a round or whatever it is, like pick up the tab. I don't agree with that. You fuckers, if I hit a hole in one and y'all want to run this tab up in the clubhouse, fuck you. I am not picking that up.
That's a problem I'll never have, but yeah, I'm with
But
you.
again, that's what they say. You hit a hole in one, right? You're supposed to go to the clubhouse and
I've never heard of that.
pick up the tab. Yeah, that's like
That's
the big,
very-
That's
You
like
know what's funny? Michael's just picking up golf.
He would be
I
the one to hit
guarantee
all.
he gets a hole in one
No
this year.
doubt.
Oh, no
Guaranteed.
doubt.
No doubt.
No chance.
Yes, it'll happen.
If y'all are lucky, I get one, and I guess it's drinks on me.
That's right.
Yeah, you've been notified.
Now you know about it.
You motherfuckers are gonna be down on the green. I'm gonna tee off and be, holy one. You'll kick the fucking ball in the cup.
Yeah, it totally set you up. Yeah, that went in.
Hey, if y'all want to stick to the story, I'll buy you a beer. But you can't wrap me out. Yeah, I've never had a hole in one.
Been close.
Hey, did y'all see Kanye and his wife show up to the Grammys?
Oh my God, what was she wearing?
Nothing.
Apparently nothing.
What was
I
that?
think that was a statement.
She always.
It was.
What was the statement?
I think that the statement was coming
nice
from
boobies.
Kanye.
What did you say when I sent you the link?
Nice rack or something.
I think the statement was simply
He said delete this immediately.
Kanye saying,
Dare you?
exposing how the Hollywood elites and everyone in that arena is just fucking creeps and pedophiles and everything else.
You know he wasn't even
Because
invited.
if you actually watch the Grammys, everyone was pretty much
He walked the red carpet and got escorted.
But nobody said anything.
No, he didn't
Kanye.
get escorted out. He left.
He just left.
The story was that he got kicked out, but he left.
He just left.
Yeah, he said, "Ain't nobody kicked me out." No, we left. We walked the red carpet.
He's untouchable. He thinks he's untouchable.
I'm not fired. I quit.
He pretty much made a statement with his wife or girlfriend, whatever she is. He made a statement that this is all Grammys is going to be about, a bunch of naked fucking people and pedophiles and creeps, and that's what this show's about. We're leaving. See you later.
I'm not ashamed to admit it, but I got Kanye's alerts on. Because if Homeboy wants to drop a meme coin, it's going nuclear.
Gonna be yay.
Gonna be yay. There's a bunch of fake ones, but until he like promotes it on his own socials, it's never gonna go nuclear. So I said, what, 15 million followers? Oh, alerts on.
There was an old one from way back in the day called Kanye West.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Did it?
long time ago.
Kanye West.
People, yeah, it's pretty funny.
Did they pump it?
A long time ago, yeah.
How high?
People have tried to like replicate it and do betas or whatever.
What I was telling you earlier is that when we got home from the gun show on Sunday, there was another Yay coin, and honestly, I never even really follow, but I kept seeing the whale watcher I got. They were making buys on it, and it was going up, and I was like, what? Maybe this is one just getting traction. So I bought it at like 2 or 3 million, and it pumped to like what I say, like 10.
Oh yeah,
and that's kind of where it started to fade. But sometimes for no rhyme or reason, if a bunch of whales just get behind one coin, they can move the market.
People just speculate too. They're like, if it is really his coin, like they want an early entry, so people are willing to gamble away.
And then as soon as the whole thing went viral with his wife on the red carpet, there was a freaking Bianca coin coming out.
Oh, I don't doubt it. Yeah.
That's crazy.
You got to pay attention to everything especially the memes, like pop culture.
Crypto is a wild market.
News, it is wild. Dude.
It's a wild world.
They're quick too. It's fun though.
I have a good feeling that we're going to become millionaires this year. I really do.
Yeah. At some point.
Yep.
This is a weird bull run though. If this is a bull run.
I don't think it's a bull run yet, which I'm kind of happy about because I'm still learning, dipping my toes. I was watching
if Ethereum goes to like 8,000, could you imagine?
Oh my God. I was watching one of the guys I was talking about earlier that I follow, and he was saying, look, if you're new to this world, you should be buying meme coins for $5. Like, not trying to hit it big. You're just trying to learn and figure out what and what not to look for.
Agreed.
Without losing a bunch of fucking money.
Yeah.
And then some of these guys are like, I was in the negative for 4 years in crypto. And then finally, like, I figured it out. And then now, he's got tens of millions of dollars. But I mean, sometimes it just, you got to put in the work. Let me just say that. It does. You could get lucky. You can get lucky. The Trump coin, we all could have made out a whole lot better than we did. But those things don't happen too often.
No, there's definitely a learning curve for sure, unless you just get super lucky.
Which is possible, but I mean, it's your chances go up if you just study the market
Yeah, for sure.
But also, these guys are like,
That's all they do.
it's all they do. I mean, in the stream last night, I was watching it. They were like, we don't even ever go outside. We just watch it.
During a bull run? Yeah,
we're just on our computer, like watching the screen the whole time. I'm like, yeah, I got 3 kids. I can't really do that.
Yeah, it's not. That's why it's hard to make money on memes unless you're just sitting there looking at your phone at the right time.
Right. I mean, I think the most realistic ideal outcome is to make a little bit of money on the memes and then sink it into
Real coins.
real projects.
Yeah, agreed.
And then let them eat.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Easier said than done.
yes, for sure. But hey,
Because you're like, oh, it's going to keep, this is the one. It's going to keep going up. And then it dips.
I've done that a few times now. To where I ran in one coin up to like a couple hundred, and I'm like, okay, do I get out? Do I stay in? Then I'll stay in, and it fucking going.
Well, there's a philosophy. I'm not saying I'm the best at following it, but you'll never go broke selling in the profit.
I believe that now.
Yeah.
It took me a couple times going up and going back down, going back down.
Yeah, but that's
So
like,
now I like tell myself a number. I'm gonna get out when it gets here, no matter what.
and then what I would suggest is, you're probably saying like, okay, if it gets to 10 million, I'll get out. But everybody's saying the same thing.
Mhm.
So you should set that target at like 9 million and then get out before everybody starts dumping when it gets close to 10.
And you have to go in telling yourself, no matter what happens after I sell, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Because I'm in the green.
Don't even
look at the
deck
coin
screener anymore.
Don't even look at the coin anymore.
Because then before you know,
9 times out of 10, it's shot back right.
Well,
It shoots right back up.
100%. Well, yeah, that or the opposite. But
It's
make
hard-
your money and run.
Yeah, it's really hard to pick because then you look at like X and all the coin pages, and all of it seems legit. Some of them, like a real
scammers are
project,
legit. The scammers are so
but it's
legit.
not. It's not. There was one. It was like a AI pop star thing. Fuck, I don't remember what it was called, but that one seemed legit. But it was nothing. It was like, and everybody was going off about it. I think I sent it to y'all, but
Well, dude, I've seen one. There's one guy, when AIs were pumping on base, he would launch a coin, like an AI coin, and it would look so legit. Like, he's building it up, like he's communicating with everybody on like plans and stuff like that. And then he would just rug. And then like a week later, you're following that same Twitter account. It's a completely different AI coin. Same exact thing. Same guy. Doesn't even change the Twitter. Just updates, all the imagery and the name of the coin.
How many
And
followers does he have?
not that many, but enough. I mean, these are like low cap coins, and he just keeps getting everybody like every couple weeks. So I'll see like a new alert. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? I've never followed this. It's the same dude using the same Twitter.
just
That's
changes
just changing it and making it look different. It's crazy.
Is what the hell's that girl's name? Is she in jail for what she did?
Talk to her?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I heard she got arrested, but I mean, you can't really trust everything you read on Twitter. So I don't know.
It's hard to arrest her though when literally people are doing it every day,
Yeah.
thousands of times a day.
Hey, on your Solana, do like random coins pop up on here?
Yes. If
What
you
an airdrop.
if you buy coins or
If you hold certain coins, they'll airdrop it to you. Like because you own Trump, they're probably they look at wallets that hold Trump and airdrop it to you as like a marketing tactic for you to say, oh, hey, what's this coin? You go out and look, and then maybe you'll buy it.
No, just click on it, click on the thing, and then you can go to report. The top right, I think it is. There's like 3 dots.
Sometimes you get good airdrops though. So like I've gotten
Couple
airdrops
bucks.
on base for like $50 before.
Really?
Yeah. They'll airdrop it early and the coin pumps, and before you know it, it's like $50.
No, I've never gotten that.
Do we want to talk about our Square debacle?
Yeah. Jeez, what a debacle that was.
That was just practice.
Thanks, Dennis.
Sorry about that, guys.
We were on live, which is the craziest thing. Like if we would just recorded it and then posted it, it wouldn't have looked as bad.
All right,
The adult supervision.
for everyone listening, we did an Instagram and Facebook Live for our Super Bowl Square when we picked the numbers, and I'm not going to say who, but somebody forgot to put the aces in the deck, which represent the number 1. And when we got to the end, we were a few numbers short. So we had to do it again.
We were 4 numbers short.
So listen.
4 number 1 short.
So listen.
Close enough.
That's why I told you
We apologize.
all together. You should have just kept the face cards in there. And then when you flip a face card, been like, nope, that's a face card. We're not using that one. That's why I told y'all that.
Hey, the plan was bulletproof. He fucked it up.
I told y'all we
But
should
again, we made it
Tony.
we made it more complicated by taking cards out. We should just taken the jokers out.
I disagree.
I agree. It's fucking Michael's fault. If we would have just went with your method from the get-go, this would have never happened.
That, or we should just did one deck at a time.
Look, I'm not going to get into it.
Y'all sound like the U.S. government.
I had the fucking plan when I came in, and then y'all totally fucking threw a curveball and went a different way.
Look, I had no clue what was going on. I would have done whatever y'all told me. So I heard take the aces out. So
It's so funny that
That's not what was said. That's not what
it's
was
so
said.
funny that the guy's got a master in finance fucked up the numbers.
Yo, somebody said take the aces out. I was
So
just following
bad. You know what sucked? I had great numbers on that one. Now I have fucking shit numbers.
All right, well look, I have
Shit.
I have great
That's
numbers.
good. That's good. Shit
No,
numbers
it's
win.
not.
Look.
Fuck that. I'm not going to win anything.
Look, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this right now, and it just popped in my head, and I'm going with it. If I win any of the Super Bowl squares, I will be donating 100% to the GoFundMe pages for the crash victims.
That's legit.
That's legit. I like that.
I think that's a great cause.
Piggyback on that. I don't find myself winning a square because I don't wear anything, but if I do win, I'll piggyback on that.
There we go.
No doubt.
What is our group squares? Let's see.
Oh yeah, I forgot we had
We have
2, right?
Eagle.
let
we
the
have
clutch out.
Eagles 2, 0, 5, and 3, and then 0, 5, 1, and 7. So 7 and 3 would look good in the fourth quarter.
So we got options.
1 and 5 is
23,
probably
27.
dead. 0 and 5 is probably hard. 2 and 0 potentially. That'd be a good one if the Eagles kicker misses a field goal or extra point. And then we have 9, 7, 4, 2 for the Eagles and 2, 2, 9, 9 for the Chiefs, which isn't bad.
A lot of 2s.
Yeah, it's not.
yeah,
it's not
so
great. The two suck.
2 and 9, 2 and 9.
But crazier things have happened.
Yeah.
Chiefs 2, Eagles 9 for
2 to 7 in the first quarter.
22, 25.
2 and 7 for the second quarter.
More likely than 12 and 15.
Watch it be like fucking 32-29 final or some shit.
Yeah, it could be.
I like it.
It's my bedtime.
Yeah, 10:30.
See you guys on Sunday.
All right. Last week of football, y'all.
Yeah,
Soak it up.
oh, hold on,
enjoy it.
Hold on. What are we doing Sunday? We doing anything?
Yeah, what are we doing?
My house, I think.
Your house? All right, cool.
Is it BYC?
Let's see. Cock?
I was thinking I wasn't going to say
Hey, Tony, for real, you're gross. Bring
All
your
glory holes, baby.
Jerry. Bring your own chair
Bring your own chair.
for the basement.
Yeah, probably.
I'll put a couple of lawn chairs down there.
Last time our fucking butts busted through them.
Hey, no, I got those spare mattresses. I can bring them. We can just all lay on them.
That actually sounds kind of nice.
Are we watching the basement or are we watching upstairs?
We can do whatever. It doesn't matter.
It'll be all over.
Yeah.
Are you sure you want to do that?
You think I chose to do that?
The answer to that question, we all know.
What we should do is watch the Super Bowl at your house,
The good news is you
but
don't
have one parent over at Dennis's house with all the kids.
nose goes.
Sounds good to me.
Can we hire help?
It's all right. They can't destroy more than River and Atlas have.
Every day.
So,
I know.
I don't even clean it up anymore. Fuck it.
You know
What's the point?
when you clean it up when they go to college.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Pack the shit up.
I ain't even worried.
Be on.
See ya. All right, episode 21, Super Bowl weekend. Go Chiefs.
Brolay out.
Peace.
Go Taylor Swift.